You're watching Pulse for the 8th of September, and it's time for some Diablo news. In this week's episode, we take a look at the leaked Diablo 3 beta client, the fact that the Friends and Family beta is now in fact live, without an NDA, some release date speculation, a bunch of extras relating to this, and more. Let's get started. I would say I'm starting off this week with the biggest news, but I think that this week everything is pretty big. So, before going into this, I just want to say that this episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to cover everything this week, I'm just going to cover the stuff that I think is worth talking about. There was a lot of big news this week, and a lot of stuff that, given what the big news actually is, probably doesn't matter to anyone right now, so I'll leave that out. Now onto the news. The Diablo 3 beta client has been leaked. Yes, you can actually go out and download the PC or Mac version of this client, regardless of whether you've actually been invited to the beta or not. So, I have to warn you right now that it doesn't really help downloading this if you don't have access. If you don't have the beta license on your Battle.net account, it won't do you any good. You can fully download the client, you can have a look at the launcher, you can browse around the options menu to see pretty much everything there, have a look at the graphics options, the key bindings, the gameplay options, all of that stuff. You can listen to the pretty epic login screen music, and I guess there are those out there that just downloaded it in case, just because. If they do get invited, then they'll be able to jump into the beta that much quicker. The client is pretty small, it's just under 2 gigs in size, and I suppose that does make sense given that we're only going to have access to the first part of the first act of Diablo 3. And as you can see on your screens right now, the beta client was recently patched and the login screen is looking a lot better. Well, in my opinion at least. This is Diablo 3 Beta Patch 2, and there were a couple of changes. The UI for the character skills has apparently been greatly improved, breaking news will now properly display when launching the game client, and the victory text for completing the Diablo 3 beta will now only appear after the Skeleton King's death animation has fully completed. There were a few class changes and bug fixes too, and one in particular was pretty funny. The Hidden Seller. Leia has received adequate weapons training and will now properly fire arrows from her bow during the scene, rather than from her feet. You can find those full patch notes below if you're keen to check them out. So this just ties in with what I wanted to talk about next, but I will mention that you can find a link to download this below if you feel you really need to. So you're probably wondering why the client leaked now. Well, there's a pretty simple answer for that. The Diablo 3 Friends and Family beta test has begun, and the best part about it, there is absolutely no NDA. Firstly, the Friends and Family beta means that the Blizzard guys sent some invites out to their friends and family, and they're playing it now and helping Blizzard test it. This means that it is pretty limited at the moment, but as I said, there's no non-disclosure agreement, so we can see absolutely everything that's going on. There are people streaming it, there are a couple of people uploading YouTube videos, and well, I'm pretty sure that if you've been browsing the internet at all in the last day, you probably knew all of this already. So if you have a beta license, you're free to show, share or talk about any portion of the beta content to which you have access. Along with this, the guys and girls from over at Diablo Inc. Gamers have discovered the Diablo 3 Friends and Family beta test invite email. I know it's not super exciting, but at least you can see what the real deal looks like. It pretty much just tells you what you're going to have access to, how to get started, and a bunch of other stuff like that. You can find it in full size below. So now before moving on, I want to jump back to talking about the beta client for a second. As you know, when clients get released, there are these big MPQ files, and a lot of people are quite good at decrypting absolutely everything that's in them. A lot of interesting information was extracted from the client, and a lot of it contains spoilers, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, you better skip a couple of minutes ahead. Okay, you're still here? Great. Pretty much all the Diablo websites out there, including Diablo fans and Diablo Inc. gamers, have this nicely summed up, but the guys over at MMO Champion made it what I'd call the most user-friendly. Starting from the top, a bunch of titles were discovered, then what a lot of people are saying is the most interesting thing here is a bunch of game types were revealed. Now, these are definitely not final, and we're not even sure if they're going to be in the game, but they found cooperative mode, Diablo 3, Dota, Arena and Team Deathmatch. Now we obviously just want to jump back quickly and talk about Dota. Is there going to be a Defense of the Ancients mode in Diablo 3 for PvP? That could actually work. I won't say that it won't, and I'm pretty interested in seeing if Blizzard would actually do something like that. I mean, why not? If you can do stuff like capture the flag or team deathmatch, then why wouldn't you be able to do a lane-based Dota-style PvP arena? I think it could work. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you think it's just Blizzard messing with us. Then in the more spoilerish type things, you can have a look at all the zone or act names in Diablo 3. You can read about the storyline and the final encounter. There are actually a lot of hints here as to who you'll be fighting in the end. And I'm not going to spoil that for you here. If you want to know, you can find it in the links below. Then what is potentially the most interesting discovery, the secret level, the Pinnacle of Ponies. That is just crazy. Do I need to say that again? The Pinnacle of Ponies. So the cows are out and the ponies are in. There are a couple of strings of data to have a look at here that suggest towards something like this. You can check them out on your screens right now or have a look at them in the links below. So that's some pretty interesting stuff. Then you can also download all the music or the soundtrack from Act 1 as well. That was obviously also just extracted from the MPQ files. I gotta say there's some pretty good stuff in there right now and I can't wait to hear the rest of the game's soundtrack. So you can read about all of that and much more, including items, runes, spells, and other goodies below. So after hearing all of that, I'm pretty sure you all just want to jump onto a live stream and watch someone play for hours on end. Well, sadly, the beta is only about 2 hours in length. I think that's if you take your time as well. But there are a bunch of live streams up of varying degrees of quality, covering pretty much all the classes and pretty much all the content in the beta. I will link you to all the ones that I've found below and to all the other sites that are linking them as well. Anyway, have a look at those, check them out, enjoy, and let me know what you think about what you've seen so far. I will tell you guys now that I will be putting videos up as soon as the friends and family invites are out the door and they start inviting the media and press people. So you can hopefully check back here soon for that. I have no doubt that a bunch of other YouTubers will start putting videos up too. I think that Total Biscuit, Force, the Yogscast guys, and quite a few others will probably have videos out soon after those invites go out. As one last quick extra regarding all of this, if you fancy your chances of getting in via the Diablo 3 beta opt-in, then you can check the post that they've got up on the official site that explains pretty much all of it. And yes, it also tells you how to opt in. In the last piece of news I'll cover in this episode, there have been a few hints at the release date of Diablo 3. Yes, the full version of the game. It looks like there's some evidence supporting an early to mid-December release date for Diablo. It might be nothing, it might be wrong, it might just be some people overthinking things, but said people, who I will say are pretty clever for even finding this, had a look at the certificate attached to the Diablo 3 beta EXE, and it seems like the certificate is set to expire on December the 5th, 2011. Now this all obviously ties in with how well the beta testing goes. If Blizzard get everything ironed out and done before December, then why wouldn't they release it? They did mention that they want to try get the game out in 2011. You can read more about this below and have heart. We might well see the game released this year. Sadly, that's all I'm going to be covering in this episode. You can check the links below for a little bit more news, but I'll tell you now that it's probably not necessary. Just hop onto one of the live streams or watch one of the YouTube videos and enjoy it. So as I said, keep checking back here soon for more, and I will try getting some Diablo 3 beta videos up as soon as I possibly can. Like the video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Most importantly though, happy friends and family beta.